I don't know what it is about me or what it is about my personality that makes me want to do what nobody else is doing, or makes me want to do just the opposite of what everybody else is doing. If people are all doing one thing and they tell me, Chris, you have got to do this, then I'm not going to want to do it. Even if it was something that I was leaning toward before I found out it was even a thing. I don't know what it is. I hate going with popular opinion. I hate going with the status quo. And I've always been like that. And even more so now in my adulthood, right? But that that kind of leads me into how I feel about art. There are so many contemporary artists, so many big name contemporary artists that I cannot stand. I consider them 100% to be charlatans in their field, and I don't see why the world has vindicated them to the extent that they have, right? Their popularity, their fame, their wealth, I don't get. I, I, I don't get it at all. And I don't want to name names because I don't want to soil the opinion of anybody else when it comes to looking at art or when it comes to enjoying the work of other artists, because it is so very subjective and personal. So suffice it to say that there are big name contemporary artists that I don't think have any merit for their clout whatsoever. But along the same lines, but a different track here, somebody DM'd me on Instagram today and they sent me a picture of a drawing that they did, which looked like a colorful marker drawing on a post it note, legitimately a post it note. And they asked me, would I consider this work to be art? Because it's not very pleasing to the eye, and they don't know if they considered it art. And it was their own work, and they were trying to get my opinion on it. And I looked at it for a couple of minutes and I was thinking to myself, yeah, I absolutely consider this art. And even though it was a fairly simplistic, some kind of humanoid drawing, I really liked it. Definitely reminded me of what I would see in the Art Brut style. And I really, really like Art Brut. I love the graphic aesthetic. I love the work of untrained artists, and I love the honesty that's portrayed in the imagery. I think it's absolutely fantastic. And if I was to collect any art in any one genre, it would probably be Art Brut. Probably because that would be the only art I could actually afford from other artists. But I have a lot of respect for people that are untrained, that are putting themselves out there and trying to just share something that they make. I think that's incredibly beautiful to do. But as I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, some people would absolutely not consider this art, and I think that's such a shame, right? And then I'm thinking about it. Why do we consider certain work from certain artists to be of higher value than others? Why do we look at a Basquiat painting or a Rembrandt or a Picasso or a Van Gogh? I mean, I could name drop all day, but why do we look at these curated museum pieces and think that these are the epitome of high art? How come some art goes for millions, tens of millions of dollars, and other art I can't get rid of for 40 bucks on my big cartel, right? I don't really understand that. And my lack of understanding doesn't just go to me not really knowing how to market myself, but it seems really weird to me that I could sit here and name all of the art movements that I could possibly think of. And I could probably come up with a pretty laundry list of art movements, from contemporary art going back through to the cave paintings and Lascaux. And then think about, okay, I've probably got a couple dozen art movements on this list, of which you can shoehorn everything in art history into. And then think about the fact that humans have been on this world in existence in some humanoid form or another for about 1 million years, I believe is right. You can fact check me because I may be wrong. And there's almost 8 billion people alive on the world today. And it seems really, really odd to me that with 8 billion people being alive now and billions of others being alive before us, that we could take all of the art created by all of the individuals that have ever created art and put them cleanly into an art movement that we would consider to be, in fact, high art or fine art. Okay? It seems like people really want to be able to compare their work to the work that has sold before them. And I think that this is absolutely tragic when it comes to fine art, or any kind of art actually, because it is such a personal expression that the fact that we need it to be validated by others is sort of missing the point, I feel. So my advice to people is always create. Don't worry about where it gets categorized or how people try to label it. If people like it, if they love it, it doesn't matter. Don't even try to really uphold to a certain level of quality at first. Just create. And if you create garbage, great. Create garbage, and then next time try to create something that's a little bit better, okay? Because if you're always sitting in your study, in your studio, wherever you make art, or anything else, YouTube videos, music, whatever, and you're constantly worried about the quality that you put out, then you're never going to put anything out. If you're constantly worried about how it's going to be received, or people going to like it, then you're probably never going to create anything, and you'll never find out. Because here is a hint. Everything you create will be liked by some, loved by some, hated by some, and completely ignored by others. The content that I put out on TikTok that has blown up and have gotten a lot more views than I ever expected has been some of my quickest edits, my quickest stories, paintings that I don't even know if I have anymore. And then on the other hand, the stuff that I sat down and I scripted out and I made sure that the editing was good and everything was a quality that I wanted, flopped. Okay? I can't predict my own success. And I've got like college degrees and shit. You cannot predict your own success either. So just create, embrace it, and have fun with this process that we call art. That's it. So please like and subscribe to this video because numbers make me feel validated, right? We just talked about that. And go ahead, follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram. My aim is to post a whole bunch of videos in October. I'm looking to post 25 videos because I want to get a lot better at this YouTube thing because I'm starting to really enjoy it. So thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching.